All you have to do is start this thing and walk away. Welcome to the review. Today, you guys, we're doing a review of the Eufy X10 Pro Omni Robot Vacuum and Mop. This product was sent to us in return for our honest review. Cleaning your floors has never been easier. Honestly, I think the hardest part of this is the setup, which really isn't that hard. Take it out of the box, set it up, download the app, connect it to the Eufy, and you're pretty much ready for the easiest floor cleaning ever. So the first thing I did when I got this was let it map out my house without vacuuming or mopping. You can go into the app, you can map out the house, and then you can go in and you can tell it where you want it to go and where you don't want it to go. So I did that first, and then we set the Eufy loose and it went to town. Now, we have 3 Siberian Huskies, so we didn't vacuum for a full day, which is a rarity in our house. So I went into the app and I set the suction for the vacuum to turbo mode, which is the highest you can set it. Within the app, you can set this thing to vacuum only, or mop and vacuum. And yes, it knows the difference between carpeted floors, rugs, and hard floors. It will not mop your carpets and rugs, which is amazing because nobody wants all that stuff to get wet. So I let this vacuum only. I set it to vacuum only, and I let this vacuum our entire house first. This does have a lot of really cool built-in features, like the ability to avoid hitting your pet. It knows when it's getting stuck in corners and how to turn around. We actually didn't have it get stuck where we had to move it at all the entire time we've been using it. And we've been using it for a few weeks. So as this went around and it sucked up the fur, it did get full. When it's full, it goes back to the base and empties all by itself, and then it heads out again. Now, once it was done vacuuming, I turned it to mop. Now, to show you how well the mopping worked, I did put some dirt on the floor so we could clearly see how well this did, and I think it did a pretty good job of mopping considering I didn't have to manually mop the floor. And if you're wondering what solution I use, I only add a bit of vinegar to the water tank. It cleans way better than you would think. There are soap solutions that you can use for this, but with pets, I enjoy using just the vinegar for their safety. Speaking of safety, this has a child lock button. So if your pets or your kids try to touch the buttons on the machine, it won't do anything. I don't like to run this when we're not home because, well, let's just say accidents do happen and I don't need the vacuum running over any accidents. So I leave the child lock on. This is self-washing. So after it's done mopping, it cleans the mop pads, it dries the mop pads so your mop pads don't get all stinky. And then it also empties the dirty water from the tank and then refills it with fresh water. So you want to make sure that you're emptying your dirty water tank regularly because you don't want that to stink. And you want to make sure you're filling your clean water tank so it always has clean water to pull from. The suction is powerful. The mopping worked great. It avoided hitting my dogs. Those are all wins in this house. And I didn't have to vacuum. If you're looking for a great robot vacuum that also mops, this really does a good job. We recommend this.